Hello and welcome to Casting Roles. We are a bunch of theater nerds who play Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you for joining us for the next episode of our Terminus campaign. If you're liking the show, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. We are missing our Rob tonight, but he'll be back with us next week. If you want to find us on social media, we're on Twitter at Casting Roles and Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Casting Roles ILM. Our videos are uploaded on our YouTube channel every Friday. But let's go ahead and start the show. So agency members, after being sucked into a portal created by Vecna as he was trying to create a ritual to become a god, you found yourselves in the pristine outer plane world of, first Luxiternia, kind of the waypoint city that connects all of the outer planes to the astral sea, and then eventually to the mountain of Celestia, where you encountered desiccated gods who are desperate for prayer. You found Bahamut in the form of a very tiny lizard as he had been reduced in form. But with your help and assistance, you brought them back to normalcy. And eventually, with the help of Bahamut, corrected a wrong in the past in Kavuli's life of the children who were experimented on by the corporation who helped create him. You were then untethered from that location, Kiv gaining his anchor, and you transported again to a new plane of existence. Here, the sky's filled with twisting large squares, and you found yourself on the face of one of these squares on a plateau kind of overlooking a caldera depression in the ground, several miles wide, where a massive arena or coliseum has been constructed. There are 4 large towers at different points in the coliseum, and you can see dust rising as armies from these 4 towers are pouring out and clashing with each other to the sound of uproarious cheers and exultations from a massed audience. Banners were hung around the stadium, and I don't remember who made their religion check on that. It might have been Ronan. Mm-hmm. The banners represented 4 gods of war. So agency members, as you find yourself on the outer plane of Acheron, what would you like to do?
I'm going to clue everybody in as to what we're looking at and what we're seeing, if I hadn't done so already.
Yeah, I think that just happened at the very last end of the last one. So yeah.
Okay.
Do you think they play esports here?
I doubt it.
Yeah,
it's a shame. It's a shame. Well, I guess we should go. We're looking for tethers, so go cohort with a god, perhaps.
Yeah, are there do there look like there's VIP booths or something like that?
So the stadium itself looks like, from this distance you can kind of see some of it, like a multi-tiered risers that are filled with audience members, and all of that kind of looks typical. But the 4 towers surrounding it at different points have those enormous banners hanging from them. And at the very top of each of those towers, and the towers are enormously tall so that they can see the whole battlefield below them. You see that there may be like a observation deck or something at the top, and you would assume that those would be the VIP sections.
Okay, I think we're going to try one of the towers. Can I discern whose tower belongs to who?
Based on the banners that are before you, go ahead and make a religion check, because you determined that they were gods of war. So we're now honing in on which gods of war are present.
All right, religion.
Can I roll too?
Yeah, anybody who'd like to make a religion check can.
I will help Danny.
Okay. I got a 17.
17. All right. With that in mind, as you're looking at the banners, you immediately recognize one as the kind of the far distant one away from you. You recognize as a Grumpsh, who is like kind of the one-eyed god of war that typically is worshipped in ages long past by the orcs. The other one that you can see from here on the other side is Ares, the Olympian god of war. The two towers that are like kind of on this side of the arena, you can't really see the banners that are on them. You might need to get closer because you see smaller banners like flying around, but they're the large ones are the only ones that you can make out from this distance.
I say we get closer.
Okay. So you all move down the plateau and kind of make your way down the plateau, and you get to a plain of land right before one of the large entrances to the Colosseum, where there are kind of a stream of people heading in. But when I say people, that's very loosely described. There are imps and devils and demons and celestials and centaurs and Eladrin. All of the denizens of the outer planes seem to be gathering here to watch these battles take place. And as you approach, you do see flying down from kind of the side of the arena and heading over the crowd that's amassing in, you see a large device that is pouring out a stream waterfall, but the waterfall only falls about 15 feet or so, and then it vaporizes in glitter that rains down on the audience below. But there's a projection coming through the waterfall of the battle that's taking place inside the arena, and you can see people like waiting to go inside or watching that and cheering as they go.
It's like it's a jumbotron.
A jumbotron, but it's
Niagara Falls jumbotron.
Niagaratron's jumbotron, yeah. And then, but you also see, aside from the people streaming in, there are some people that are not like in the line to go inside, that they're just off to the side. A few of them have like straps on their back that are then holding out these massive boxes in front of them, and they seem to be exchanging goods with people in line. And then there's a couple who are like collecting money and then making notes on tablets, but you're not exactly sure what they're doing.
I roll investigation to try to figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, sure.
They're gambling.
Danny nails it.
Yeah, like,
it makes sense that Danny would know.
You like wrinkle your forehead a little bit. I'm like, they're gambling, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're
Don't
bookies.
they have gambling where you're from? What are you talking? You never gambled before? My platform says gambling is banned, but it really isn't. don't look into that.
What are they exchanging? I'm curious. What like currency?
So you see most of them are exchanging small vials. A few of them are exchanging not coins, but you see like goblets and candles and artifacts of various different kinds. But the key exchange here seems to be these small kind of glowing vials of something.
Okay, I'm going to take the group aside real quick. All right, look. I don't know where our travels are going to take us next.
Uh-huh.
But it can't hurt to profit what little we can in some way here.
I like profit.
So if one of us ends up fighting...
Why would we fight?
So I don't know.
Why are you saying it like we would fight?
If it's a giant arena and these are the gods of war, I feel like fighting may be involved at some point.
Probably
one of us,
well, I'm glad you would volunteer so fast. That's great.
I didn't say
well,
anything
saying, I mean,
about
you're the
me.
one, but you're the one that like brought it up. So, like, it just feels like, you know, Kiv already had his little traumatic thing, so it's like next on the list.
If one of us, I'm not saying who, if one of us ends up having to fight,
okay,
the rest of us should gamble as they see it.
All right, so I'm not putting
For or
anything on you,
against
is what
whoever.
you're saying.
For or against whoever it is in the arena, depending on how you think it's going to stack up.
Okay.
But if there's some way that we could maybe rig it to where
Okay.
you tell me whether our
Rig it.
me or whoever else
Okay.
needs to take a dive if you bet against them, or really try to hamstring the opponent if you bet for them.
Okay. I'm in.
I don't know what exactly they're exchanging over there, but wouldn't hurt to have some of whatever it is.
Sure.
All right, we're all in agreement on that?
We can agree. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's move forward.
Kiv, as you guys turn to walk forward, you feel something kind of like a light on your shoulder, and you just hear a voice in your ear that just says, "Oh, so you're talking about gambling, are you?"
Oh shit. I immediately like swing to bat it away.
You all watch as like this like little imp kind of flies off of Kiv's shoulder and is just kind of flapping there in the
Actually,
air.
I want to grab it. Can I try to grab it?
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll, a grapple check, and it'll be opposed against his escape. You have to beat a 14.
No problem. Ooh, a 28.
Okay, so you
Wait, is that just like an unarmed strike?
Like,
it's a grapple check, like an attack roll to try to grapple them. Yep.
Okay,
so you grab them.
I said, are you trying to gamble?
Who the heck are you? And why are you listening to our conversation?
My name is Vandal.
Vandal?
hi, Vandal.
I can't really breathe.
Okay, I'll loosen up a little bit, but I'm still going to keep a tight hold on.
Hey, okay, so that feels much better. What? So you're talking about gambling?
Why are you
Yeah.
eavesdropping on us?
Look, you aren't exactly being conspicuous or inconspicuous.
Make up your mind. It's one or the other.
Hey, they both mean the same thing around here.
Why
Do they?
does our-
I don't know about that.
I am not a dictionary, bro.
Why does our conversation interest you?
Well, I mean, probably two reasons. One, I really like gambling. Two, you're not from around here.
I don't think anyone is from around here.
Oh, well, some people call Acheron home.
I'm going to point out like the 6 different like
Yeah.
species in line.
It says, well, some people call Acheron home, but you have a certain smell about you that I think others might catch on to if you decide to get in line over there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So what do you suggest?
Well, I don't know. Depends on what your interests are.
Are you from around here?
No. Do I look like I'm from around here? And he kind of like,
Nobody else looks like they're from around here.
no, I'm from the Hells.
We're
Don't have a
looking for.
problem.
I'm from,
Yeah.
Avernus, if you want my direct address.
We're looking for someone who can retether us.
I don't know what that means.
Cool. Well,
Thinking you're going to be less and less useful the more we talk to you?
Yeah. Why are we wasting our time with you right now?
I mean, I don't know. Like, you seem like you wanted to gamble, and I think I could point you in the right direction. I can make some connections for you if you want to talk to somebody who's higher up on things. Kind of depends on what side of the arena you want to go into. Would highly recommend not going with Maglubiet or Grumpsh. They can be a little testy.
is there a way to?
Grunch, Ares, and who else is there?
Oh, well, Ares is an asshole. Cord is the other one. That's his tower there, and he kind of points up to the one that's right in front of you.
Or do I know that name?
Go ahead and make a history check or religion.
They're the same. So history it is.
Let's see if you're all higher than me.
18.
I got a 20.
Yeah, Cord is known as often also known as the Stormlord. So in addition to being like a god of, he's less of a god of war and more a god of like competition, squaring off, dueling battle, that kind of thing. But he's also a god of like thunderstorms and the rage of nature as well.
I'm assuming this is what Danny says, and then like the last two words I like finished.
I think it's the opposite. I think you're saying like the bears, like the bare minimum, and I keep just like adding little things in as you go.
Perfect.
It's the god of thunder, and you're like, and storms.
Yeah, and storms. There is a distinction. Thunder is the separate thing.
I mean, his name's the Stormlord. You're not going out on a limb here.
Yeah.
What do you think, gang? I feel like he's our best bet here. I really don't want to go talk to Maglubiet or Grumpsh.
Yeah. And Ares is definitely third in line there.
Depending on your personality, Ares is kind of he's a little bloodthirsty, if that's what you like.
Yeah, we're not.
I don't know. I played that video game.
I like Ares, but whatever y'all want to do. So where do we need to talk to one of these god type people? Is there a way we could sneak in up there? You got that kind of connection?
Probably not sneak in, but he kind of starts scanning the crowd. Like, if you could release your grip a little bit, I could look around a little better.
I give him a little bit of leeway.
He like spins around in Kiz's grasp, and he's like looking across, and he spies like this tall minotaur standing at one of the, like, not at the large entrance to the Colosseum where these people are all streaming in, but off to kind of the side. There's like a service entrance, and he says, yeah, that one over there. He smells like shit, but he's the kind of the bouncer for Cord's inner chamber. But I gotta tell you, they only let people who are considering fighting go up there.
Considering fighting doesn't mean we're committed to fight.
Well, no, that'd be an agreement.
How tough does this imp look?
Like an imp. He's like Kiv could
baby?
probably like just
yeah.
He's not actively trying to escape from Kiv's grasp because he also knows that he probably can't.
Hey, so what's the prize for all this like fighting garbage stuff?
Well, this is the endless plane of battle, so it's usually just another fight. But there's honor, there's glory, there's trophies. You could probably make a deal depending on what you offer.
Okay.
Why do we get transported here? Like, is there rhyme or reason to us?
Well, if we went out to fight and made a deal, we could procure something that could tether us potentially.
Yeah, but I mean, why this specific plane? We can
Let's
find a tether on another plane.
Let's scoot over to Cord and see if we can't strike one of these deals. I like the sound of that. Take that little thing with us in case we get lost.
Oh, no, Cord doesn't really like devils.
What is Cord like?
Not devils.
Okay, great knowledge.
So
Good to know.
If we bought Cord a devil, might that ingratiate us, Sam?
I don't think that's necessary for you to do.
What do you all think if we maybe sacrifice a devil to this Cord guy?
No, I don't think we go that far, but
I think he's just a little guy, personally.
Yeah, I'm just like a little guy. Like, I'm not, like, nobody's hurting me at all. Like, I'm okay.
I kind of like him.
Friends are a lot nicer than I am.
What if he was unconscious and the doctor needed to get inside to treat him?
I don't think anyone, no offense, but I don't think anyone cares that much.
What's a doctor?
him.
Good point.
Oh gosh, yeah.
How about we just let this little guy go and we just scoot over the service entrance? He's going to make too much noise anyway. No offense, but...
Okay, sure, let's do that.
Just remember how nice my friend here was to you.
All right, and if you see one of us go up there, put your chips on us.
Okay, well, the Minotaur's name is Bo.
Is that Beau or Bo?
More like
B-O.
bovine.
Nice. That's funny.
Predictable. All right.
All
I
right,
don't know
so
why I asked, honestly.
I think we're gonna scoot over to that service entrance to try to.
You let Vandal go, Kev?
I would let Vandal go.
Yes.
Kid,
Okay.
he's nice.
We'll let him go.
The moment you let go, he flies back and then he goes vandalize and throws ink in your face and then flies away.
See, I love him. He's great.
That
If
little
I find him
Aw.
again, I'm breaking something.
He's flying
The
around,
little
and you can see he's
guy.
just kind of like dropping like ink on random people as they're flying around.
I'm gonna pull out my hand crossbow and be like,
Yeah.
just say the word, Kiv. I've got him
No,
dead to
stop.
rights.
Maybe he'll owe us a favor later.
Yeah. I just
We'll
press
leave
it to take Kiv, and I'm like, don't hurt my little guy.
Thank you. I appreciate the help.
Sure. You just owe me one. Let's go.
All right. So you all walk up to Bo, standing at the thing, and he's hulking like 9 foot tall minotaur. He's like he's not wearing a shirt. He's got this kind of like sash across his chest that's in colors of like red and silver, not so blue and silver, and then a giant battle axe is strapped across his back as well, with like leather straps going across and holding it in place. He's just kind of standing there with his arms crossed, and he's looking out at the audience. He doesn't even acknowledge your presence when you approach. He's just staring out at everybody.
Does he have any scars?
Several.
Can I use medicine to like describe like the damage on what I would view to be his worst one as we like come up?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
All right. Cool. That's a. Oh wait, that counts as a 10. So 16.
16. So he's got a pretty massive kind of like set of scars that rake across his right shoulder, that look like something like gouged into him. And even though it's healed over, there's just like the ridges of claw marks that seem to start across his back and then trace down onto his chest.
Interesting. Numerous incisions deep upon the scapula. That must have been very painful.
It's what happens when you date a harpy.
Whoa.
Been there.
Tough love. Tough love. You must be very strong to endure something like that.
I mean, look at me.
And I'm gonna keep this going for like a couple more injuries, like try to butter up how like tough this guy is.
Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 21.
21. He seems to be interested in this, but he's mostly kind of working as security. He was in the process of getting ready to shoo you all along, but he is allowing your presence to exist here for longer.
All right. I'm gonna change into my business outfit.
What
Business
is
outfit.
Danny's business outfit?
It's
look
it's like a suit, but it's like neon suit, with the little sunglasses, of course. And I've got a clipboard, boop, or like a tablet clipboard
Yeah.
type setup with like a little stylus pen. And I'm like, oh, we're here
It's
for
good.
the audit. You know, we've got to make sure all the axes. There's enough buckets for all the blood. You didn't hear about this? This was literally scheduled. I mean, if you want these fights to stay on the schedule, we need to get in. Sorry, my friend just keeps talking about wounds all the time. He's very obsessive. He's very
Oh
detail
yes,
oriented.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm gonna help with Danny's thing here.
Okay, so he says, well, what's your name? I'll see if you're on the list.
Well, you see, we're third party. We're not from the department, and it's an emergency situation because people keep breaking the battle axes. So if we don't get this all registered, we're gonna have to stop the fights early.
We're contractors. We're not gonna be on the list. We just got the call.
Who
The last-
contracted you? I'll see if they're on the list.
I'm gonna like.
The unison.
Yeah.
Can I try to blather my way in? Like,
You can make a persuasion check. or deception at this point.
I'm gonna
probably.
make up like
I'll do a deception.
Wait. I'm gonna make up like a minor god
Okay.
who I think might be on the list already.
What god do you think would be on the list already?
Like the god of I don't know, what do they have gods of?
Oh, Bacchus.
Bacchus?
This is basically a big the Super Bowl is still a party.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, for sure.
Any
down to-
kind
he's down to
of
anything.
god of blood or anything like that. Yeah, I'll just throw it out there.
So as you say that, he kind of reaches back, grabs the great axe, and like smashes the head of it to the ground. And he kind of looks at it for a second, and you see like carved into the handle of the great axe words in a couple different languages. One of them is deep speech. One of them is okay.
I know what that says.
Danny, it says the list.
Okay.
He says, Bacchus. He's in Ares' tent. You're in the wrong place.
Oh my god. How embarrassing.
We'll walk over to his tent once we're inside. I mean, it's all one big ring, so we'll just get in and go to the right.
Okay. You two, blathering. Lots of talk.
Yeah.
One with the sword. Why are you really here?
Here to carry shit for these two.
Right. But for why? Why are you coming to Cord's Tower?
The axes and whatnot, you know?
Okay. He kind of reaches out and with a giant like meat cleaver hand just like pushes Danny and Ronan to the side.
Don't touch.
He steps up to you, Kiv, and he says, I can tell you're a warrior. Don't tell me you're not here to fight.
I was here to make a few bucks, you know, they hired me to carry heavy shit, but if I have some spare time, I wouldn't mind scrapping a little.
What's your name?
They call me Kiv.
The moment you say your name, you hear kind of this like jingling sound in the air, and your name pops out of your mouth and turns gold. And then it flies down and hits the great axe that he's carrying. And you see as he kind of hoists it back and puts it on his back, like gleaming there now, carved and etched into the great thing is Kiv's name.
Did I just agree to something I didn't mean to agree to?
I guess that's for you and Cord to find out. But you're on the list now. And he opens the door behind him.
If I'm on the list, these two are my trainers or some shit.
I'm a doctor.
I don't know what that is.
Medical trainers. Just they're with me. Come on.
All right. He kind of steps aside and the door is open behind you.
Okay, look, I really feel like we were really almost there. I feel
How
like
the fuck did you do that? How the fuck? That was crazy.
I feel like another 2 minutes we could have easily gotten in.
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you. Are you gonna describe more wounds to him, Doc? I don't know.
Well, I guess we know who we're gonna be betting all that money on, so.
Well, I would
Just
bet
see
on
if we
you
can-
regardless, so.
Thanks, Danny. Yeah, and that
Yeah.
outfit looks pretty good on you, just
Wow.
FYI.
Thank you.
All right. You all step through the door and you find yourself in like the under section of the arena. Like you can see the underside of the seats rising up above you. And you're kind of like in that space behind the scenes where the crew is walking and things. And across the way, there is you can see kind of the marble structure of the tower is kind of there. And there's a doorway that you could go through that goes into Cord's Tower. The rest of this kind of winds around and connects to all the under sections within the space. The only place where it stops is at any of those big entrances. So you can see like 30 feet or so to your right, there's a wall, and that's that kind of chamber that the crowd is entering into, so it prevents them from getting into this space. But so you're in the back rooms of the Colosseum, and you can just hear the roar and thunder of the audience above you now, as they are cheering for whatever is happening on the battlefield far below.
Do you two want to like just observe a fight real quick so we can see just what we're getting ourselves into before we go up and talk to Cord?
Yeah, fine with me, but
I think that would be a good idea, just so we know what we're kind of walking into here.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. So the entrance to Cord's Tower is across the way. But if you go further down in this section, there's a couple like service entrances where you see small like mephits and satyrs and all kinds of like smaller creatures just carrying trays and trays and trays of food and drinks up these kind of rickety staircases, and then they're going through these portals, like door portals, not like magical portals, that are taking them out onto the concourse of where the battles are taking place, and they're probably hawking or selling the refreshments to the audience.
What type of refreshments?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
So, I mean, it's a wide variety. So you see like there's a few imps that are walking by, and it just seems to be like mounds of flesh with like fresh blood dripping off of them. And they go on and they're like, "Excuse me, bub, you're in my way." And they just keep moving. And then there's a satyr that comes by later on that just has like just fruits and enormous grapes and apples on a tray. There's a couple like winged minor angels that are carrying horns filled with this glistening golden honeydew. You see a couple of them that are carrying like their food trays, but it's just like orbs of light floating on top of the food trays. And so it's a wide variety of things you recognize, and then several things that you absolutely have no idea what they are.
Which one? I want to find a humanoid.
Okay. So go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Sure.
I would like to assist.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I just say, find me a humanoid. With the assistance, I get 15.
Okay. So you do see an elf, or an elven figure, long pointed ears, a kind of simple garb, but their hair seems to be, it looks like it's almost made out of autumn leaves. And you kind of recognize there are Eladrin who were trapped into the material plane, and so there are Eladrin who exist in Terminus, but this is an outer plane or Eladrin in their autumn form right now, and they are carrying a tray filled with like simple bread, and it's a charcuterie board.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but a massive charcuterie
Hell
board.
yeah.
Like
Cool.
cuts of meat and cheese and bread.
Yeah, I go up to them and I tap my glasses, and I'm like, and I cast Charm Person on them through my glasses.
Okay, what's the saving throw?
It's a save DC 13.
For charisma.
I think so. Sorry, it doesn't link to the spell for some.
They have advantage on saving throws against being charmed.
Oh, it's a wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Well, it was a natural 1 and a 4, even though they had advantage, so they failed.
Nice.
So
Excellent.
they kind of stop and they go, "Oh gosh, I'm really quite busy. Hi.
Hi. It's time for your break.
Do I
I'm
know
here to
you? You look very
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah. I'm here to relieve you. You know, like we go on the shifts, and like it's my turn for the shift actually. So I'll just take this from you, and I like.
Has it been 100 years already?
It has. Time really flies, doesn't it? It must have been like 110 since I've
Gosh.
seen you.
You know, a 10-minute break after 100 years will be totally worth it. And she hands over the tray, and the moment she hands it off to you, her appearance changes and she goes like blooms, and she goes into her summer form, and she's like, "Wow, I feel so good already."
I know. See you in 100 years.
100 years. Okay, good.
Oh my God, we'll have to catch up.
Oh no, the break's only 10 minutes.
Oh, we'll see you in 10. Perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
all right, thanks.
All right.
Bye. And she goes down, and you have a tray, charcuterie tray now.
Beautiful. And then I'll just hold on. How big is this? Yeah. And I'm like, all right, come on. I guess y'all can come with me, or you can get your own charcuterie board.
Well,
but
I'll follow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow behind. Yeah.
All right.
All right,
So
same
you all
with
make
me.
your way up the kind of the rickety track, and you get to one of the portals. And the moment you're outside of it, like the sound, like it's like that dull thrum of an audience when you're underneath. But the moment you get to that portal, it's just like this wave of like cheering and screams and yells and like people yelling advice down to the field below, like give them the old dick twist. And they do all those things. And so you walk out and you're immediately like, you step out onto the chamber and just there are 100 rows of seats rising behind you and 50 or 60 rows diving further down. But then like when you turn around, there's a whole nother set of rows stacked on top of that. So there's probably a total of 500 or 600 rows of seats going from this like a super parabolic arc from the outer wall of the arena going up to the outer wall of the Colosseum. And there is filled with patrons of all different ilk and variety. And then there's, people, imps and things wandering around selling to them. There's one guy who has like a crossbow and he keeps like loading it with these like little like pieces of armor and blasting it into the stands, and people are catching them and they've got like marks of like different gods on them or whatever. And it's like, yeah, it's a crossbow cannon for t-shirts. But then they've got and it's just kind of, it's a very festive environment here. People are clearly in their cups, they are excited. But far below you on the field, you can see the dust rising from the battle. And what you see is from each of those 4 towers, an army is pouring out and they are kind of clashing in the middle. And you can kind of see like the push back and forward within the army of, one side winning, one side gaining victory, pushing and whatever. But at the heart of each of those, you can tell that there are champions. And the only reason you know this is because there are those flying waterfall things around. And while they are showing the action of the army, they're all pinning in on like certain members fighting. And these are like the champions of Cord, the champions of Ares, the champions of Maglubia and Grumsh, and their battles. And so while they're supported by an army, it seems that the battle is focusing mostly on the 8 or 9 champion individuals.
Mm-hmm. Has it started yet?
Oh yeah. You get the sense that you don't know. There's no like scoreboard. There's no like anything like that. Acheron is literally the plane of endless conflict.
Yeah.
You might get the sense that this battle doesn't ever stop.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. I was just wondering how fair they seem to be fighting.
So go ahead and make an insight check, because you're trying to read the battlefield.
Ooh, I got a 22.
22. It's interesting. Ares and Maglubiot's battles, their soldiers are fighting dirty.
Okay.
But Cord and Grumsh's fighters are it's like Spartans versus crafty Athenians, right? Like Athenians who are willing to toss like dead animals into them, to spread sickness or whatever. Whereas the Spartans are like lining up like Praetorian, like guards with their soldiers and things. So Cord's is very structured, but the other ones are, there's some dirty fighting happening.
I think people keep asking me for snacks too, and I just go, ew, don't talk to me. I'm trying to watch.
There's a centaur that is in like a space where the bench has been carved out for centaur seating because they can't sit down. And so they're kind of backed in there, and he just kind of leans down and says, like, it's a perfectly good cheese board. Why aren't you selling it?
I'm trying to watch what's going on.
Okay, but aren't you hired to sell the things and not, you're an audience, you're not an audience member. Did you buy a ticket?
What, I should participate in capitalism just because I'm like some cog in the machine?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you should consider things more.
Okay, and the only cogs of the machines are over on Mechanus. If you want to be a part of that, then you can go over there and deal with the Modrons.
Yeah, here, well, take the sausage instead of talking to me. And I like just like give him part of it.
Okay, and he flips something in your direction and you catch it, and it is a small, like this big vial of glowing energy.
Yeah, 10-minute breaks are criminal for 100 years. That's fucking crazy. Yep.
Right. But you kind of see what the battlefield looks like ahead of you. And there is just the uproar of energy of the audience here. Anyone who has any kind of arcane, which is just Danny, I think, in this case, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me, please.
Ooh, okay. I am watching.
Actually, Kiv, because of the nature of how you were created, you can also make an Arcana check.
Yeah,
I only
it's not
got an 11 because people won't leave me alone, I think.
This isn't going to be pretty.
There's a fairy flying around trying to get cheese from you.
I'm trying to buy cheese from you. I'm trying to.
Look, I just want some cheese. Why is it so hard to give me? Like, I'm so small. I just need a
Wait,
small
maybe
piece of
I
cheese.
don't want some cheese. You ever think about my wants and
You're
needs?
selling the cheese. Why would you
Oh,
be
you're right. I
eating
can just
it?
eat it, and I start eating it.
Oh my God, this is the worst.
Oh, it's gonna be a shame.
I need to. Who's your manager? I need to
Terrible.
file a complaint.
My manager is Nanya. None your business. Go.
Okay,
file it
well, none
directly
of your
to
business
her.
is going to hear from me because I need to let them know that. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett, and
Yeah,
none of your
go
business is going to
directly.
hear that they made a mistake when they hired Jimmy Buffett.
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna be really concerned about that.
And they fly off to go find someone else who's selling food.
Ronan is like actually dying listening to this whole exchange. Just like,
Like, Danny, you're going to single-handedly just completely destroy the economy of this whole organization. I dig it. It's nice.
I for one am fine with that. If the world of endless conflicts economy collapses, I can't imagine it could get any worse than it already is.
Yeah.
They should at least have longer breaks. At least a year. Come on.
Yeah. What was your Arcana check, Kiv?
A 9.
A 9. Okay. Danny, an 11.
Yeah.
So even with a 9, Kiv, you can't see what's happening, but you are picking up on some weird, like, vibrations in the air. And it's not like sound vibrations. It's not the thunder of an audience, stamping their feet to "We Will Rock You" on the stadium, right? There's something else that's like a concussive energy in the atmosphere. Danny, same for you. You can't see anything, but you're feeling that. And it's not, you know it better than Kiv does because you use magic all the time. There's some kind of magical essence to this stadium that the louder the audience gets, the stronger it feels.
Oh, interesting. So maybe this is about showmanship. Okay.
All right.
And I go back to the Mentor and I go, take your freaking cheese, and I like slide the rest of it off into his lap.
The centaur who's his lap.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do they have?
I don't think centaurs have
mean,
laps.
on his little tray.
Drop
Okay.
it on his
I'd
back.
say.
You just put it on his back.
Yeah, on his back. Boop, boop. It's like sushi. Have fun.
That's a horrible place. That's terrible. I'm gonna talk. What was your man? None of your business is gonna hear. None of you is gonna hear about this. And he's trying to reach
in
it.
trouble again.
The fairy flies in and starts poaching cheese off of the centaur's back as the centaur's trying to reach it. And its tail is just swatting the fairy away like flies. As you guys head back down below into the kind of the back rooms area.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay.
feel like
Exactly
even
what
though
we're
we
looking
haven't,
for.
even though we've really not done much, I feel like we've accomplished something.
Yeah. I want to go up to some of the creatures who are like doing the charcuterie boards, and I'm like, don't you think this is unfair? 10 minutes for 1,000 years of work?
So one of the imps that you're talking is like, hey, sir.
Mhm.
Like, in Avernus, we don't even know what the word break means. Also, we're eternal creatures. 100 years is nothing. What
Well,
does
it should
time
at
mean
least
to
be
you?
Should at least be more than 10 minutes.
But if time means nothing, 100 years and 10 minutes are the same thing.
Oh, okay, good point. And I hand him my tray. All right, have a good night.
Where's the money?
What? And I
Sales was slow.
Sales was slow. All right.
Yeah, God, I dropped it all on this centaur. It was crazy.
All right. So you guys are heading out from this space. Where do you go from here?
Where's the thrumming?
Well, I was gonna say, now that we have a clear picture, I think maybe we should pay a visit to our guy up top.
That feeling of that thrumming feeling, Kiv, is gone the moment you go below the audience.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Cord.
Okay, so you go back to the tower entrance, and there's a doorway here, and next to the doorway is a pad, kind of weirdly technologically advanced for like it kind of matches what you're used to seeing in a Terminus level space. The kind of in this stone coliseum with its wooden construction underneath, there's this like techno pad next to the doorway.
Interesting. Can I hack it?
Okay, you go up to the pad and you like touch it, and it kind of pops up. Welcome to Acheron, the city of eternal conflict. Broadcasting now to all of the planes on the Universal Seek Frequency channel. What can I do for you today?
You broadcast to all the planes?
Absolutely. Not everyone can make their journey to Acheron to witness the eternal conflict, but everyone would like to take part in the violence.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Can you tell me how I can talk to Cord?
Oh, you are at Cord's Tower. This is the portal to Cord's. Are you on the list?
Yeah.
And your name is?
I make up. I say the one we said before, what, Bacchus? Bacchus?
Oh, I'm so sorry. He is an Ares Tower. Any other names on the list for Cord?
Kiv.
Kiv. Which of you is Kiv? Oh, Kiv.
That'd
checking.
be me.
And you see for a moment, and the gleaming rune that had been transferred to Bo's axe.
It's B.O. now.
Bo's axe suddenly appears on the screen and then turns into code, and then the door opens, and before you is a beautiful elevator.
All right.
I like going suit. Yeah, I like try to like walk at the same time as Kim to make sure we can all make it in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, basically.
You all walk into and the doors kind of close behind you, and there's it's kind of one of those elevators that has glass around the outside, but right now all it's seeing is the interior of the elevator shaft. But the moment the door closes behind you, music starts kind of coming over these from Magic Mouth or whatever from a space of just do 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 as you start rising through the air. There's no buttons to push, and after about 30 seconds or so, suddenly you clear out of the undercroft, and you can just see spread out on all sides around the elevator, because this is apparently on the outside of the tower, the plains of Acheron beyond, and then just glimpses of the edges of the Colosseum and like kind of the battle happening there as you're rising up the front side of the tower. And it is probably about a minute and a half. It's a very, very long ride up to the top. But you eventually kind of pop up, and then the door opens and you find yourself in this open air area, a breeze blowing in, the sound of the battle rising up from beneath, and with it, that thrumming energy feeling that you felt when you were standing in the audience, very focalized and strong here. And there's just like lounging men packed with muscle. There's Valkyries with wings and winged helmets and spears. There's a few like satyrs and things kind of running around with food and delivering it to all of them. And then sitting at the back on this massive iron throne, you see a tall, incredibly tall individual who's both as tall as a mountain and also 10 feet tall here. And his eyes crackling with lightning energy. And he has a kind of a view that's overlooking the battlefield beyond, right between two columns, which is weird because between those two columns is the only space where there's glass. Everything else is open to the public, but this is a glass column. But it's weirdly, like, you can tell that there's etchings on the glass on the outside, but clear in the center. And he's got these, crackling eyes of lightning, and in his very tiny hands, he is playing with a cell phone.
Amazing.
Sorry, his hands are enormous. The cell phone is very tiny.
In his tiny hands.
No, I'm not doing that to fucking Cord. I'm not doing that to Cord. In his giant hands is a tiny cell phone. Yeah. He's like, it's like he's like the cell phone is like this,
Yeah.
And he's playing with it. Yeah.
Oh, please tell me it's Candy Crush. It's League of Legends, not League of Legends. What's that?
Clash Royale.
Yeah, Clash Royale, Clash of Clans.
Him playing Clash Royale while there's an actual Clash Royale happening out the window is a little, like, that's a little meta ridiculous.
He's playing Genshin Impact, actually.
Oh no.
He's gambling.
All right. Immediately as you pop up though, like, one of the Valkyries kind of turns in your direction and kind of stamps her spear to the ground. Who all let you in here?
It's important we talk to Cord. And I'm like confident, direct.
Okay. Well, he's a little busy right now. Is there a reason you need to talk to him?
He doesn't look busy. I point to the cell phone.
She turns and looks back. What do you call that? He's been on that thing for like 6 hours. It's not busy.
Do I hear any particular app noises that I would recognize?
You're a little bit far away from him, but go ahead and make a perception check.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, like
the grinders.
I was gonna make that joke. You beat me to it.
Of course, this character would beat you to it.
In this crowd, the grinder app has crashed.
No.
Yeah.
It's like the RNC.
Yeah, it's like fighter instead. Fighter, you can fight.
I got an 18.
An 18. You hear, it's an older app and probably not one that many people still play today, but you hear the distinctive sounds of Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
I'm just going to kind of let that sound like hang in the air for a little bit.
Okay. But the Valkyrie's still wondering what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just gonna meet her eyes like while that sound's going off, and I'm just gonna be like,
Look,
and I'm gonna try to communicate that he's not busy just through like facial expressions and what we're actually hearing.
I mean, ours is not to question why, ours is but to do or die.
I put my sunglasses like up on my head, and I'm like, look, I'm an influencer.
I don't know what that means.
It means that if you like, I have sway with people.
I feel like not to intrude on someone else's character. I feel like Rob's character would be like really hyping up Danny. Like,
yeah,
here.
Sarah's here with you. It is like it's doing those things, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're an influencer. You are, and she's kind of looking at you, Ronan. You are.
Oh, I'm a doctor.
I don't know what that is. And then you, and she's looking at you, Kiv, are a.
Apparently a fighter.
Oh, respect. I know what that one is. So I don't think that influencers and doctors, whatever those are necessary here necessarily. But fighters are welcome.
Does
Well,
she have any? Does she have any scars?
Influencing is like a different kind of fighting.
You can't see. She's got a lot of armor on.
It's very
Okay, dang it.
competitive.
Okay, it's a competitive kind of fighting.
This is the realm of endless conflicts.
Okay, well, look, as far as I can tell, he's busy for about 6 seconds at a time, and then he's frustrated for a moment, and then he goes back to being busy for 6 seconds at a time, sometimes a little bit longer than that. So if you catch him in the downflow, you might be able to get a word in. But he is also supposed to be watching the battle.
Well, we may be able to give him something interesting to watch.
Well, you can
If
certainly
that's what you desire.
you can certainly try. Good luck.
Thank you.
And she kind of steps aside and like grabs a grape off of a passing tray and pops it into her mouth.
Wondering if we could gift him like gold currency in the app he's using. Like,
So we go up to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you approach the Iron Throne, and now you hear the vastly more distinctive sounds of the bird flapping and then crashing into things, and Cord being like, "Gods damn it! What infernal beast created this contraption?" And then immediately starts it back up and starts again, and is playing through. And then you hear the sound of it dying again. He's like, "Oh, curse you, Burl!" And he goes back to playing again. So there's like this tenor going on. Super weird for all of you is that he's playing on a cell phone.
I know, yeah. Is that the only thing you use the phone for? Do you watch any people on it?
Hold on one second. Fuck. What?
I'm saying, do you use that phone to like watch influencers maybe? Like,
Okay.
you know.
Somebody
They can
handed
do
it to me. It looked like this, and it's looked like this since I got it.
There are probably like other apps on there you can use.
Are they like this one?
Yeah, there's other birds. They're angry sometimes, you know.
I like an angry bird sometimes.
Okay, yeah. Let me see. I'll take it from him and like
He kind of
he'll let me. I'll just put my hand up on it. I'm like, here, I'll just.
You'll give it back. It was a special gift from a very special. It was a gift from my mortal to me.
You can just hold on to it, and I'll just do that for you. And I like download a bunch more game apps for him.
Okay. And so you show him first that you can go to the home screen, which he didn't know you could do.
This is like, imagine you're talking to your grandfather and you're showing him how to work the cell phone.
If your grandfather is Cord the Stormlord.
Yeah, same feeling, same vibe.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I gotta ask Josh: does it always charged because he's like an electrical guy?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
he never has to
always at 100% charge.
That's so convenient.
So he's like, oh,
yeah,
they're
very useful.
I feel quite strange, like I've been lost in something for quite a while and haven't been paying attention to the rest of the world.
Yeah, let's check your screen time. I like go on his screen time and I'm like, ooh, it looks like you spent a couple 100,000 hours on this app. So,
well, that's probably too much, right? I suppose.
I mean, whatever.
He kind of sets it down on his lap, and then like you see there's a moment where he's like going to give you his full attention, and then he's slowly about to pick up the phone and start playing with it again. So you have a moment to catch his attention before he gets lost back in the new apps that you downloaded for him.
Yeah. I've shown you something new. You show us. How about can we ask you something?
I suppose.
We're looking for ways to tether ourselves. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all.
Wait.
Or wait. Yeah.
Say my name.
Cord.
All of you.
Cord.
Cord.
Lord.
And you see
Ew.
the moment you all say it, this like energy rises from you and goes towards him. You all can be my mortals too.
Yeah,
My other
and if
one
you,
is gone.
yeah, and if you help us, we're happy to build a little shrine to you, make you look really handsome with the fan art, some stained fucking glass, whatever suits your fancy. We're there.
Can we ask what happened to the other one that's gone now?
Well, I had a mortal for a little while. They were over there, and he points to like a special like cushion that's smaller than all the other cushions in the chamber because everyone else in the chamber is large.
Yeah.
And there's like you can see
like a
like
skeleton on it.
there's like no, there's like a glass with like what appears to be Baja Blast Mountain Dew, and that's like half empty. And then just like bags and bags and bags of Doritos.
Oh
just, like,
shit! I look at the back of the phone. And it has like an anime wife on it. I'm like, oh god.
No.
Gross.
but the seat's empty, and it's like, I mean, he was sitting right there.
And then heart disease took hold. Or
Yeah, high cholesterol.
What's heart disease?
How long
all
was he
those
sitting
Doritos.
there?
Well, I mean, from his perspective, probably like a day, and then he just vanished.
Okay.
just vanished. Did he vanish like 1,000 years ago, or
No, like I
if a
don't
day
know.
passed
Like,
for him? How long would that be?
how long?
I know how we.
He kind
I
of
know how
looks.
we can find out.
He looks.
We can
He
check
says,
the phone.
"Oh, the phone." Yeah. He says, "How long?" You said. He kind of looks at the phone. Screen time, and he kind of goes down. 15 hours. 15 hours ago.
Okay.
Okay, so he's still might be here.
15 hours ago. Something's fishy. This.
Okay,
Well,
well,
he
we're
gave
really-
me. He gave me this, and then he went over there. I gifted him with Doritos and Mountain Dew Baja Blast, and then he vanished.
Okay, we're really not auditioning to be like mortal little jesters. I'm very important. I have a very important job. So
Well, you came up the elevator, so one of you is on the list.
yeah, Kiv's on the list.
Which of you is
That's it.
Kiv?
That,
Oh, that
that
one's
would be
good.
me. I
Ah,
think I'm on the list.
so you are all interested in being part of the festivities.
If we can have a reward, yes.
I mean, I am a great giver of Baja Blast and Doritos.
Do you think Baja Blast will tether you, Kiv?
Tether. Tethered.
Take Baja.
You are untethered.
Some of us, yes.
You need an anchor.
We need an
Yeah,
anchor,
that's
yes.
what it is. Yep, that's what we're looking for.
Oh, yes, that's easy.
Okay, so we just need to win a fight and you'll give us an anchor?
I can give you two.
Shit,
We-
yeah.
We're getting enough power from here, and he kind of motions to the glass in front of him when he says, "We're getting enough power from here."
And you need someone to just put on a good show.
Yes.
Okay.
The more they cheer, the more praise I receive, the stronger I am.
You may need to add another name to the list.
Are you sure about that?
That's my whole job. My whole job is like hyping people up.
Look, if we all fight
Sure,
each
yeah.
other, we can make this kind of like wrestling and less about conflict. If we just like really play it up.
Well, unfortunately, I can't determine the teams of the other makeup. Each of the
no,
other
no.
towers put forth their teams, but if all four of you would like to be my champions in the next bout, I'd be happily gifting. Are you sure we couldn't do it for... but got a lot of Baja Blast left over. They left without a lot of word.
We don't want the Baja
Absolutely, we
Blast
don't
thing.
want the Baja Blast. No.
The only thing that'll tether me to is the toilet.
Yeah.
What's a toilet?
I really wish I could stay here a little bit. Anyway, we have right. Put us down on the fight for sure.
Okay. Well, the next round is set to begin in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Whatever that means to you.
Sure.
We just have to put you in. All of you are in agreement?
Yeah.
All right. And he kind of reaches out a hand, and you see these like 4 bolts of energy kind of shoot out of his fingertips and hit each of you. And you feel something pulled from your spirit. And it like floats in the air like a little like lightning bolt. And he kind of reaches out and grabs it, and he hands it off to a Valkyrie who goes over to a computer. Best you can guess is like a computer, and she drops the 4 bolts in. And he says, all I can tell you about the fights is that we will pass on this information to our friends on the other side, and they will program the battle based on what we pulled from you here.
Okay.
The audience will see what the audience wants to see. You might not.
Do we will we die if we die in the fight?
You are mortal,
Yeah.
so yes.
Okay.
Most of our fighters are demons and devils and things from other planes of existence. They die here, they just go back there. I don't think that's how it works for you.
Does it? But that adds to the spice.
Sure. Also makes the anchor worth the cost.
Okay.
And if I can say that mortals are fighting, things might
Yeah.
get interesting.
Sure. Do you mind if I go do some prep while we're getting ready?
Absolutely. I think you're at 5 minutes now. He seems to be making up countdown
Sure.
times, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna if we leave this room or whatever.
There's no way to leave this chamber. Like the only way up and
Yeah.
down is the elevator. But there's like this chamber is enormous. There's spaces
Okay.
where there's like people not like heavily
Yeah.
like there's like the crowd is mostly kind of gathered around Cord's area.
All right. I'm gonna go walk over to the side, and I'm like, Vandal. I'm seeing if Vandal can like see where we are.
You
Doesn't
see like
respond.
2 little claws appear at the edge of the thing, and they like peek up. Yeah, what's up?
Hi. Do you remember that part where you said you loved gambling?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a perfect situation for you. Here's the thing. I need you to go talk shit about how all the mortals are gonna instantly die in this next fight. And then bet all on us.
What am I betting?
Bet, don't you have money?
No. What the fuck do I look like?
Oh, well, shady deals, take this little coin thing. I like give him whatever the centaur gave me.
Oh, the thing. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a dead prayer. They're pretty valuable.
Okay.
Do you
Is
have
there-
anything
I'm gonna-
more valuable than a dead prayer?
I'll give him a golden apple.
A golden. This is from Celestia. That's pretty valuable
Yeah.
too.
I think I have one of those too.
Yeah, did we pick up any like?
Yeah, I'll give him a golden apple as well.
You got to put your thing down, Ronnie.
Did we pick up any like live prayers from Celestia when we were there? Or what we traded, right? What did we?
You have Sarah had one, but I think I don't know if Sarah gave it away, so I can't say anything about that.
Yeah.
But you all can create one.
Yeah, that's true. What sells for a good penny around here? What that a mortal could procure for you?
I've never really had anything to purchase or buy anything. I just like the thought of gambling. It's like a
Sure.
theoretical concept to me because I've never
That's
been
true.
able to take part in it.
Oh, you're gonna have such a great time. Sure. I'll give some kind of prayer to that god of vengeance because I know he exists. So I feel like Danny's like, well, I know that god exists, so I feel like I can pray to him and not be weird about it.
Okay, so you kind of send out a prayer to a god of vengeance, and it flies out into the air as this like thing, and Vandal very quickly with like an orb, like a glass orb, catches it before it can travel off to wherever the god exists. It's like pure premium mortal prayers. Make a good turn with this one.
All right, y'all got anything else? That's a pretty good amount, I think.
Yeah, I'll send up a couple of prayers to Tyr, I guess.
Okay, and Vandal quickly like catches them in jars.
It just feels sort of icky, but
Look, what they're doing is icky. It's fine. We're participating in the economy.
How do you think Cord still
right.
looks like he does? All of these people here are praying to him by cheering and being happy with the conflict that he's created. It's all a business.
yeah, you convincing me does not make me feel better about this.
Vandalized, and he throws ink at you again.
I'm gonna
All right.
snap his neck. I'm gonna snap his neck. I swear to God.
All right, so now go spread all these terrible, nasty rumors about us that we're going to fail miserably, and then bet all of this on us, and we split the profits.
What are
92.
profits?
And then you get to enjoy the fun of gambling, and then you bring back everything else to me.
Okay, I can do that. All right, and he flies down the tower and begins. Let's see how well Vandal does with this. Okay.
Can I give him inspiration? I'm like nervous about
You
him
want to
now.
give him inspiration as a D10?
Wait, no, I'm going to save my inspiration. Fuck
Okay,
that guy.
there you go. All
I
right.
need to fight. I need to fight good now.
All right, so Vandal has done his work. And around that time, you hear kind of like a weird reverberating like bell sound across the stadium. And it's weird because like the battle down below, it still looks like it's raging. The sides are kind of pushing on one another. The champions are there's two champions from different sides like trapped in a duel right now that is being broadcast on a massive waterfall. Like that's like the thing to watch right now. But it does seem like this round is ending and the next round is about to start. And so the Valkyrie from earlier approaches you and is like, all right, well, if you are the champions, it's such a weird thing, very quickly. And she touches each of your foreheads, and these like gleaming runes appear on you, like little runes that represent Cord. And then she says, well, that'll take you, the elevator will take you to a different place now. Good luck, I guess. Mortals haven't fought here in, a very long time.
Yeah, it's probably because they fucking die.
Well, as mortals do.
Ah, great. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Good luck.
Hmm.
Do you all get on the elevator?
Yep,
Yeah.
we hop right on.
Okay. All right. So
Absolutely.
you step onto the elevator and it begins to descend. But you immediately feel like, even though the elevator didn't shift locations, it didn't change space, you immediately feel like you are traveling in a different place. Out the glass, it looks different, like everything's changing. And then you descend into the ground and it seems to travel deeper than it was before. And then suddenly it feels like the elevator is traveling to the side. And then eventually like back up again. And
This is a Wonka factory.
It's a Wonka factory. And as
elevator.
you can tell based on like the direction that you've been moving that you must be out underneath the grounds of the Colosseum now, where the battle was taking place. And you can imagine that as the elevator begins to rise, very much like when they were bringing like lions out of trapdoors in the Roman Colosseum, that you are all about to be dropped out into the center of the Colosseum. As the elevator rises and rises, and then suddenly the glass fogs around you as light from outside, because you've been traveling underground, suddenly shines through, but there's like a fog hiding everything. And then the elevator doors open. And that's where we'll go ahead and take a 5-minute break.
Yay!
Yeah.
Into the Thunderdome.
Into the Thunderdome. All right.
Bye.
All right, see you in a bit.
All right. So as the elevator rises up and the light kind of streams in through the foggy windows, the elevator doors open and you all do not see a battlefield before you. Ronan, you immediately recognize that you are looking out of the elevator doors into the kind of underground bunker system of one of the corporations on Terminus, that you and a group of freedom fighters basically had at one point staged a mini attack on.
Oh shit. Oh, this just got real.
And you kind of hear the echoing voice in chord behind you of that the audience sees what they want to see, but you might not. As before you, suddenly, like in front of the elevator doors, one of the members of the Freedom Coalition that you were part of kind of runs by with a laser rifle in arm, and then kind of disappears off the other side of the elevator doorway, kind of diving behind a kind of pipe system here. And you recognize that this is kind of was the infiltration point from when you entered into that corporate headquarters, and that your goal was 3 floors up in their research wing to get a holocron of a particular new device that they were developing, because it was going to be very dangerous, and your group wanted to destroy it before it could be unleashed into the world. But that's what's before you all outside the elevator doors.
Okay.
And we all see that?
Yeah, all of you do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ronan's kind of like frozen in place for a second. I would imagine like whoever ran past, he like recognized in some way. And yeah, I guess like a part of his life that he had almost put to bed like over a decade ago is now like reawoken in front of him.
Yep.
And kind of carefree attitude that he'd been exuding through this whole experience of the Colosseum like vanishes in an instant, and he becomes like deathly serious.
Mm-hmm. And above the elevator door, you all start to see like these flashing runes that are changing. You can tell that it's a countdown, but they're in like a runic language that you don't understand. Mm. And then they're red, and then a moment later they turn yellow. And then a moment later they turn green.
Yep.
What do you do?
We
move forward.
Rush
out.
All right, so all 3 of you, or all 4 of you, step out into the chamber, and when you turn around, like the elevator is gone, there's just a wall behind you, and you can now see that there's like 3 or 4 other members of Ronan's crew kind of spread out here, and they kind of turn and look in your direction. Ronan, I think that the security system hasn't caught sight of us yet, but we've got to get up to the 3rd floor. We can expect that the security will be pretty tight on floor 2.
How much of the previous occurrence do I remember, and the difficulties that I ran into?
You remember that on floor 2, it was very apparent that the work that you had done to disactivate the security mechanism had disactivated from your perspective, but that there had been a catch, like a backup, and that they were waiting for your crew when you arrived.
And do I know if there's a second way up?
From the work that you did to kind of break down the kind of the planned space of this facility, you were coming in through a kind of a back entrance, and that there was only one path up to the 2nd floor, but there were several paths up that you could take to the 3rd floor, because you all didn't expect, you thought you could come up a back way, and then if you needed to go to the 3rd floor in a different variety, but there's only one path up to the 2nd floor from here. This is like a basement space. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take the same path up then.
Yeah, to the 2nd floor.
But I'm gonna try to prep everybody and kind of let them know that they might know we're coming.
Okay.
Mm.
But are you sure, Ronan? You said you disactivated the security.
I've always planned for the worst.
Okay. All right. Okay. So the whole crew kind of makes their way through this area to that the stairwell that leads up to the second floor, and you kind of cross over it, and then the second floor door there is in front of you. Who's going to be first through the door?
Ronan.
Okay, Ronan, followed by
I'll be close behind.
Kiv, and then
I'm last for sure.
Sarah G, Danny, and then the other four members of
and
Ronan's
my
team.
cat.
And your cat. Oh yeah, Mr. Bigglesworth. I forgot to send you the thing.
It's fine.
I
don't think Danny really wants to fight with him. I think he thinks of it more as a toy anyway.
Okay, that's fine. And then so you're there, Ronan. The moment you open the door, you hear a roar of the crowd that you can't see, but they're further out and away, like beyond this realm that you're currently in, as the 4 champions of Cord have now stepped into the battlefield. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Ooh, exciting.
Initiate initiative.
I rolled a
So
6.
That could have been better. Yes, I rolled a 10.
Okay, 6, 10.
15.
Then let me roll for Sarah G.
15.
It's a natural 20 for Sarah G.
That
Nice,
was great.
Sarah.
All right. Okay. So Sarah G's up first, and is kind of hanging back, and will take a moment. Let me pull up this because just see. Why is this so difficult to see?
Real.
Yeah. Okay, so you see Sarah G kind of casts a spell, and those spirit guardians that you've seen around them before pop up, and then she kind of steps back out of the doorway and is there to rush in after you all once you head in. Followed by immediately there are so Ronan, you are looking into the chamber, and the second floor is kind of like almost like office space. There's like long hallways that are lined with offices, but all the offices are glass, and you can see movement as there are branching hallways off of here of the security forces that were waiting for you. And with that in mind, immediately, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, and Kavuli a dexterity saving throw as well.
Using his government name, Kabuli.
I know, right?
Sorry, Kiv.
Damn.
Sorry, I was just like,
Your boy wasn't feeling too dexterous today.
16.
16. Okay.
5.
5. Okay, Kiv, you take 10 points of damage, and you are momentarily blinded as this fragmenting flashbang goes off in front of you. So for the next round, you are blind as your vision is blurred and bright from the light. Ronan, you don't take any damage, and you kind of duck out of the way and you close your eyes. You remember this happening initially the first time, and so you avoid that. The second grenade that goes off is a smoke bomb, and so this whole end of the chamber begins to fill with basically like a fog cloud, as then 2 of the security guards are going to fire off from their laser rifles. 20 hits you, Ronan.
you're muted, baby. Oh yeah.
Sorry, I turned it off and then back on. It hits, but I have my cloak of displacement on.
Oh, so it's okay. That was higher the second time, so the 20 is still the.
Oh wow,
yep.
Great. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So you take 12 points of piercing, not it would be piercing damage, but laser damage as it smacks into your shoulder and kind of wheels you back a little bit. The second one is going to shoot at Kiv. Kiv, the first one misses. The second one is natural 20, Kiv. So Kiv, you take 18 points of damage as the second laser rifle smacks into you. And that takes us to, I believe Danny was next in the initiative.
Yeah. How far away are they? Are they like
So they
the shots
are.
they're coming from?
So from this doorway entrance, there's 3 offices, and each office is about 10 feet wide. And then there's another hallway, and they are shooting from around the corner of that last set of offices, and that's like those branching hallways. So they're about 35 feet.
Okay. Cool.
And then you can see that it's about 60 feet beyond that, there's another branching set of things, and there's another 3 or 4 guys there.
All right, y'all have never seen Danny with a weapon at all. And you see Danny lifts his hand up. It's almost like a magical girl kind of glimmer across. And then when he like grabs into his fist, it's one of those giant Final Fantasy swords. It's a huge fucking long sword. It's massive. And he just like
Nice.
he's like, I hope they lock their bets in. And he's gonna move further in and like kind of duck into one of those offices about halfway
Okay.
through. 'Cause it takes an action to bring his sword out.
Yeah.
So.
So you kind of move in and then duck into like the second office up on the left.
Yeah.
All the offices are glass, so you can see the guys beyond there. They could probably shoot you through the glass if they wanted to, but you could duck in behind like the desk in the office if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Good. That is to Kiv.
Okay. I'm gonna manifest my echo.
Okay.
Manifesting bestie.
Yep, my echo. So such an object. I'm gonna manifest that within 15 feet of me. And I think it's a bonus action to do the senses through the echo. It doesn't say. Potential. What I'm thinking of doing is so I won't be completely blinded is channel my senses through the echo.
Let's see. That I think that is you're trying to do.
It just says
Temporarily transfer. As an action, you can see through your echo's eyes and hear through its ears.
It's a whole freaking action.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta do it. It's all I can really do right now. So I'm gonna, as an action, do that. And then can I say with my movement, using my echo's channeled senses, I'm gonna move myself. I think I need to get out of the way right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, do I have extra attack? But okay, I can do that if I take the attack action, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fudge. All of these rules.
But for the next 10 minutes, you can move your echo up to 1,000 feet away from you, and you can make all your attacks from your echo.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can't perceive where to put it, though.
No, so the way I'm reading this, like you could hide behind the door if you wanted to, because you're currently blinded, and you could see through the echo, and the echo's not blinded, and you can move it up to 1,000 feet away from you. So you could move the echo to be in range of the enemies now to attack on the next round if you wanted to.
Okay, that exactly is what I was trying to do. So,
Okay.
I can go back into the elevator. It didn't close.
No, so the elevator is down on the next floor.
I'm just looking for.
You can the doorway opened. You can slide to the side of the doorway so the laser rifles can't shoot you from inside the hallway.
Yep, that's what I need. I need to find someplace safe where I can duck away.
Okay.
And get myself to safety. And then I want to move my echo. I'm going to keep it within 30 feet of me, but I'm going to move my echo to a more advantageous.
Okay. You don't have to keep it within 30 feet of you anymore. As long as you're looking through the echo, you can move it up to 1,000 feet away from you.
Okay.
But I think it only moves so many feet per round.
Well, I can teleport it anywhere within a certain range, I think. Yeah, I just want to move it close to where it can prep for
All right.
attack.
So it's moved closer. That takes to Ronan. While Ronan's going, I'll have your compatriots fire off. They get 4 attacks. That'll miss.
He's chomping.
That is the same. That misses. That's also a miss. There's a reason why all your guys died in this conflict, Ronan. All right, the last one hits. And so you see one of the guys like fires off like a little grenade launcher like thing, and it fires down the hallway and blows up. And one of the offices on the right, the glass shatters, and the guy there gets kind of blown back a little bit, but then stands up onto his feet.
Okay, so I would like to move the maximum amount of distance forward as I can and still find a piece of cover.
Okay, so you could dive like into that office where it's just blown up. You could dive over there, and there's like overturned desks and things.
Okay, I would like to go in there and take the hide action. It's a bonus action.
All right.
I need to roll, right?
Yep, you do.
Well, I could have re-rolled that.
You have to beat a
saving throw,
13.
I rolled a 33.
Okay. I think you beat the 13.
And then I would like to poke out and use my hand crossbow.
Okay.
And judging from what you told me last time, I get 2 attacks.
You can shoot twice with the hand crossbow. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
The first one would have the advantage from being hidden, but yeah.
So we'll do the first one first because that's also going to be the one with sneak attack.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's a 18 to hit.
That hits.
And first damage is 9 damage. And
Nice.
then sneak attack damage is 38.
Okay, so you kind of pop up and poof, across, and one of the guys across the way from you, not the one that was just hit by the grenade, like the 2 arrows into him, and he just and like falls down on the ground. And he, you see the moment he hits the ground, his like what you see is a person hitting the ground, but for a moment it flickers, and you see a devil is there on the battlefield of Acheron, and is now fallen dead on the ground.
Okay, and I will roll the second attack.
Okay, against one of the other ones. Yep.
Yes. The 26 to hit.
That hits.
And I would like to use one of my walloping arrows on this one.
Okay, that's a strength saving throw. That's a 9. That's a failure.
Yep. Sweet. That's 5 damage.
Okay, 5 points of damage, and then that one falls prone to the ground. So, Kiv, if you attack that one on the next round, you'd have advantage on those attacks. All right. Okay. That takes us up to the top of the round. There's a moment as you're all charging into this battle, and you're positioning yourself in this hallway, and there, like laser fire is coming down the hallway. There's smoke grenades filling the space. The grenade launcher goes off. Kiv's shadow is moving into position. Ronan's bolts are flying across the chamber. And then the moment like the second round hits, just before Sarah's about to take an action, everything shifts and changes. And suddenly you all find yourselves in a studio. Danny, you recognize this studio quite well. Mm-hmm. It's the studio where Danny makes most of their short form content and their streaming content. And you can see that there's a large display on the wall that is depicting the current stream counts for you and your top 3 competitors within the streaming sphere. And you can tell that of the 4 competitors, there's 2 of them that are ahead of you currently today in stream counts. But as you're looking around, it's not just Danny here. Kiv, Ronan, and Sarah G are also present in the streaming chamber. So Sarah G is going to go first, but hold their action because we're really confused about what's happening. And so it's they're going to hold their turn till after you go, Danny, like looking at you confused. Danny, it's your action. What do you do?
Do I see any enemies in this space? Or?
The only thing you see is like the cameras before you that you use to film, and you see like the stream tickers at the top, and you can tell like you've got silenced live feeds of their streams, and one of them in particular, the one that's currently in first place, you recognize as a former friend.
It's the one I hate.
Yeah, who stole your idea and started to become a bigger streamer than you.
I hate her so much. Cool. Well, if there's a camera, I'm gonna go up to in front of the camera and I'm like, Sarah G, do a dance, come on. And I like start doing TikTok dance.
Okay, so go ahead and with your sword modifier, what you would use to make a sword, make an attack roll.
Nice.
And
I can
Sarah
attack
G's going to
twice.
do the same. Okay, yeah, so make 2. And Sarah G's going to do the same with her baton. And that will hit.
I got a 13 and a 24.
13 misses, but the 24 hits.
Okay. That is 10 damage. No, 11 damage.
Okay, 11 points of damage. And then Sarah G did 7, so it's 19 points of damage. So as you guys are doing this dance, you see like the chat's picking up, the hearts and the gifts are flying through, and you just notice like in one of the chats up at the top, one of your competitors, their follower count drops a little bit. And yours increases just as a smidge. It's not enough to make a move in the overall trajectory of the first, second, third, fourth place for today's stream, but that is kind of where you're at for that. That takes us to Kiv.
Yeah, I'm like yelling at the other two. You better get over here.
Yeah, Kiv, your vision is still blinded for you, but as your echo form, you can kind of see that now you're in a studio and there's cameras, and Danny and Sarah G are doing a fight, are doing a dance, but like you're really confused about what's going on with that.
All right, I guess I'll just follow suit behind Danny.
And you start doing the dance as well?
Yeah.
Do the dance.
Okay, so
Danny's like yelling
you
at you.
echo to start doing the dance. Go ahead and make 3 attack rolls using your like your normal 3 attack rolls.
Sure. 31.
Hits.
24.
That hit.
And 32.
All 3 hit.
Nice.
All right. That's 13. 12. Oh man, and 11, and then I can add
1d8 to each of those. 13, 12, 11,
is it D8?
25, 36.
Two. I don't know why I'm rolling these one by one. Why not? 5. Was that 43?
Mhm.
Right. And an 8.
Okay. 51.
52.
52. Yep.
50.
No, 51.
Okay. That's my. I get 3 attacks, and I have action surge. Can I do another attack?
Yeah.
With action surge, why not? I add another attack action. I forgot I had action surge. Oh, probably not. 15 on that one.
That one misses. All right, so you do the 3 strikes, and it's you're dancing, but you can imagine that if you were an audience member in Acheron, you would be seeing Kiv storming into battle against these devils, swinging his laser sword and striking them, because what you see is in the person in the second place on the streaming category, you see after each of those hits a major drop in their follower numbers as your follower numbers can, increase. And suddenly, like when he hits the last move of his dance, you all watch as like 3 devils just appear out of nowhere and fall to the ground dead around you as Kiv has taken out 3 devils in front of you. Ronan, what do you do?
Ronan, come dance. I'm like yelling at you also.
Yeah, I'm gonna come.
It's called a collab.
I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna like mimic the moves, but like put a jig on. Like I'm gonna do that, but river dance.
Okay, go ahead and make your 2 attacks. And you all don't have to make like attacks. If you're casting a spell or whatever, Danny, like you could do that too with this for this section.
I want to fight with my sword.
I understand that this is a weird section. You are fighting some things. You just don't see them. You're just seeing the streamer battle.
No, I purposely am sword fighting this.
Can I make attacks or can I use a different skill?
You can use a different skill. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try sleight of hand.
Okay, what are you trying to do there?
Like, I'm trying to like mimic and distract like the camera, as it were.
Okay.
So it's like they think I'm doing the dance, but like it's a big reveal, and it turns down it's like, oh my god, they did this whole thing while they were river dancing.
Okay, so since it's sleight of hand, what this would mechanically do is if you're successful here, would give advantage to the next person attacking the person that you're attacking.
Fantastic.
Okay, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check and against their perception. You have to beat a 12.
I got a 25.
25, nice. And they have high perception. I just rolled a 2. All right. So you successfully do that. And as you're kind of doing the dance and you do your sleight of hand, Ronan, a laser rifle is in your hand that wasn't there a moment ago, that you've stolen this from one of the guys in the other chamber that you were fighting in a moment before.
This is so wild.
Okay. All right. Now, Danny, you're paying very close attention because your phone is keyed into chat. You are starting to see notifications coming across through chat. It's like the dance is cool, but like, is that all that they're doing today? As we get to the top of the next round, and suddenly you guys are diving out of the way as 3 of the security guards fall dead from Kiv's attack and turn into demons before you. And Danny has like slashed into one of them just as Kiv is cutting into them. And Ronan, you've dived to the side and like stealthily grabbed and stolen the laser rifle from one who had dropped theirs. And as he's going to grab it, he realizes his weapon's not there and he's turning to run back up at the hallway. Sarah G's gonna throw actually he's within range of Sarah G's things. He fails, so he takes damage from the spiritual guardians. And you see as he turns to run, the spirit guardians just kind of eat him up and he falls to the ground. And so now this first section of the of this hallway is clear. There's just the 3 guys further down, and you know the stairway, one of the stairways that leads up to the 3rd floor is past them. So that you got the 3 guys there. So Sarah G's gonna throw a guiding bolt that hits into one of them. Okay, whoever attacks that one will have advantage on the next attack, which takes us to Danny. About 25 feet further down the hallway, there's 3 more guys.
All right, cool. I'm gonna aim my sword down at them, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and roll your Eldritch. I think how many beams do you have at this level? Is it 2 or 3?
I think it's 3.
I think 15 is 3. Yeah.
I think it's 3, but I'm split. Yeah, 3 beams.
Okay, good. So go ahead and make your 3 attacks against that one.
I got a 22.
Hits.
I got a 21.
That hits.
And a 28.
That hits. All 3 hits.
Do you roll damage once or for each beam?
You roll damage for each beam. Mm-hmm.
Okay, first one's 3.
Okay.
Second is 4.
7. Okay.
And the last one was 4 as well.
Okay, so the one that was running down the hallway away from you, the guy hit by Sarah G's things, you take them out at the end and they fall to the ground. So there's still there's still 3 at the back end. One of them is glowing with energy from Sarah G's attack, and Kiv, you're up next. You would have advantage on an attack against that one if you go for them, or you could save it so Ronan could use it.
You see Danny's like running up the hallway at them like, ha ha ha. You're like, why is he so excited right now?
So Kiv, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna make the attack with advantage on the on that one guy.
Okay, and you're still blind because you're looking through your echo. But if you were to pop out back into Kiv is no longer blinded. That dropped at the end of or at the beginning of this turn. But you move your echo up further and you attack. Go ahead and make your 3 attacks against the guy. The first attack is with advantage.
With advantage. All right. 30 to hit.
That hits.
Alrighty. Oh shit. 16 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, cool. And unnatural 20.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go, Kim.
Go.
Alright, so I'll do the 46 plus the D8. So that's 27.
Okay. That's so you cleave through this guy with your laser sword, and he does that thing when a lightsaber cuts somebody in half, where they're a hole for a moment, and then just a gleaming line appears and they fall. The other 2 attacks turn to the guy next to him. So go ahead and roll damage because you already hit, and they have the same armor class. So go ahead and roll damage on the second guy.
All right, so that's gonna be a 9 plus D8. So that should be 16.
Okay, 16 points damage. He's still standing. Go ahead and roll your second damage.
That is a 12 plus a D8. Is it 6? So 18.
Okay, so you all watch as like cleaving through the first guy and then just kind of like uppercutting through the second guy next to him. They both just kind of fall down next to you, and you see 2 different devils appearing here and dead on the ground, turning into goo and kind of fading back into Avernus as they go. They are going to make the one remaining guy is going to make attacks against your Echo, Kiv. So the first attack is... That's a 23 to hit.
Can I like teleport my Echo?
I think it's a bonus action. You could have
Yeah, can I teleport the Echo?
At the end of your turn, you teleport him back?
Yes, but wasn't there one guy that was running away? Or did we get... They got
that one.
I sniped him.
Then he caught that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can swap places with your Echo if you'd like.
No, I'll just take the hit.
Okay. So the Echo is destroyed because it takes more than 1 hit point of
That's
damage.
fine, because when it's destroyed, I get to reinvigorate myself and heal myself a little bit.
You get something in temporary hit points.
Nice.
Is it 2d6 plus your constitution? Yeah, 2d6 plus your constitution modifier you gain in temporary hit points. So go ahead and roll that. All right, as you all watch as the Echo is destroyed, and it looks like it was destroyed by like a laser blast, but in just the moment of its destruction, you see these claws appear out of nowhere as the devil slashes through the Echo. And then seeing nothing around it, Danny, it's going to turn its attention on you, and it's going to make its last attack at you. That is a 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. You take 6 points of damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. You said 6 points of damage?
6 points of damage and then a con save.
6 damage and then a con save. That's a 20.
A 20. Okay, so you take 16 points of poison damage, but you are not poisoned by the attack.
And then I cast Hellish Rebuke on it.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Go
I don't
ahead
like
and
trolls.
roll damage on the Hellish Rebuke.
Let me see what that is. Here it is. Cast, and it does.
Is that a saving throw or is it an attack roll?
It's a dex save of 17.
That's a failure, so go ahead and roll your damage.
They take 13 damage.
13 points of damage. What does Danny's Hellish Rebuke look like?
It's like a big band hammer, and it's like we don't like trolls in the server, and it like
smash with the band hammer, lights with fire for a moment, but is still standing. As we get back to the top of the round, as you're all like barreling down the hallway, and then suddenly you find yourself back in the studio, and the stream light comes back on again. Sarah G's holding their turn for you, Danny. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna use my sword again because I like my sword.
What is the stream gonna look like now?
Now we're doing a skit, a really awkward skit. No, we're doing outfits of the day. Yes.
Outfits
so Danny changes their outfit entirely. Outfits to match your sword when you're fighting.
Okay. All right. So this is go ahead and make an attack roll with your sword, but it is you kind of modeling your outfit. Yeah.
Yes. 25 and 25.
Both of those hit.
I would hope so. 11 damage.
Okay.
And 2 damage.
11 and 2. Good. So that's enough, though. You as Danny is modeling his outfit, you all watch as a devil just kind of appears, sliced through with Danny's sword, and falls to the ground in the studio and begins to turn into goop as you go. The streamlight goes off for a second as you see Danny's numbers go from third place for the day, and they bypass the second place person and they move into second place. So there's only Danny's major competitor still in front of you.
Yes.
But you can tell from a battle perspective that there are no enemies close to you. And so Danny, you know that when the stream gets cold, that maybe you need to leave the streaming arena and go. Yeah. So where do you?
Yeah, we take our handheld camera.
You have your familiar, so you fly your familiar up. Okay, cool, and you lead everybody out of the stream, the studio. Where do you lead them to?
We're going to a douchey coffee shop, so we can take aesthetically pleasing pictures of stuff we're not gonna drink.
All right.
So the coffee tastes terrible, but the pictures are amazing.
Okay, so that's your movement, is moving into that space. Yes. Good. So Sarah G's going to go with you and is just going to hold their action for if they see an enemy, because they're still confused by what's going on. Kiv, you've moved into a coffee space now. What does Kiv do to be appealing to the stream now that he's in this coffee location?
Oh, man. Coffee streamers, I'm going to order the most complicated, obnoxious sounding latte with double pumps of vanilla, sugar, cream. I don't the most complicated thing I could think of.
Oh, I didn't know you drink those too. Wow.
Yep, all the add-ins and
he wants the drizzle.
Cinnamon,
you understand?
Yeah, cinnamon sprinkle on top, all that good stuff.
Okay. From there's no enemies nearby you right now, so from a game place statistic place, you can choose to use this as a moment to take a potion. You can use this as a moment to kind of gather your health back. You all have potions, so if you want to do that, you can with this one. Okay, cool. Because you guys are moving into the space of the next battle, so this is a little moment of downtime. Ronan, what are you doing with yours?
I feel like when in Rome, I'm gonna order a flat white.
Fantastic.
That's what you got this morning.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you need to take a healing potion or something in this turn, you can. Danny, now this is going to be heavily determining for you. I need you to make a persuasion or performance check.
Okay. I'm ordering an espresso tonic with matcha boba pearls in it. It's fucking horrible, but it will look good, and that's what matters. You said performance or what?
Or persuasion.
We're doing performance, baby.
You have to beat a 28.
I did not beat the 28. Hold on. Do I have anything I can add to this? Okay. Can I use my actor feat with this? Because I'm trying to pass myself off as a different person if I'm trying to be like more of a coffee vlogger in this moment.
What does that do for you?
I just get advantage.
Yes, you may.
Yay! Thanks, DM. I rolled the same fucking thing. I got an 18.
An 18.
Danny doesn't actually like coffee.
So it is clear to chat that this is not Danny's best work, and you failed by more than 10. What is your highest spell slot?
Oh gosh, it's pretty up there. My highest.
Oh, sorry. So as the warlock side of you.
Oh, the warlock side. My highest spell slot's a third.
Third level. So one of your warlock spells vanishes, is gone. So that spell slot's gone. And Danny, you take. Hold on. Whoop. 32 points of psychic damage as chat is displeased and rips the spell away from you and is encouraging you to do better with your streams in the future.
Okay, I need to sip on it. You said we had potions. Can I sip on a potion while I'm you
used your turn already in this one to get to this point.
Danny looks beat up, y'all.
Yeah, but Sarah G will be able to get you on the next round. As we teleport back,
Danny goes, "I'm an influencer," and throws it at like the coffee shop menu.
As we port back at the top of the round to the space, you all realize that with Danny's movement that you have moved beyond the hallway, up the stairs, and you are looking at the third floor entrance to the research chamber for this corporation. Sarah G opens the door, and you all see in front of you the head of security is standing at the center of this chamber. Ronan, the device that you never got to see because your group never made it off floor 2 before they were knocked down and you had to flee and escape, is floating behind them in its like hyperbolic tube, the holocron with the information about this device. But the head of security is standing there, and then there's a ring of like 3 or 4 other security guys in the chamber here. Sarah G is going to place a hand on you and cast Cure Wounds.
Ew, but thank you.
That is 21 points of healing back.
Thank you.
And then is going to step back into the kind of away from the chamber. So Kiv, you see before you the head of security, and then 3 security guards kind of between you and the head of security.
What's the distance?
So the 3 guys are about 20 feet away from you. The head of security is about 45 feet away from you.
All right, so I'm going to charge in, try to close the distance between us.
Is this you or the Echo moving?
I'm going to...
Oh, your Echo's gone. Right, that's right. Your Echo got blasted out last turn. Yeah.
Yeah. But it says I can re-summon it, right?
As a bonus action, yeah.
Is it a bonus? I thought it said it was no...
You could use a bonus action to manifest an Echo.
This says manifest Echo on the attack. Okay. There's no action. So I can like attack to it. All right. Bonus action manifest my Echo. I'm gonna pop it next to the the head honcho guy, though.
Okay, so you move in so that it can be 30 feet. And so the echo appears next to the security guard. The moment the security guard appears, now remember, like all of this is happening on a battlefield in Acheron. And what the audience sees, you all have carved through 8 devils as you're making your way towards the champion on Ares' side of the battlefield. And what the audience sees is this massive, tall, probably 13-foot tall, female-looking individual with a long, like the top half of her body is kind of humanoid in appearance, but the bottom half of her body is this long curling snake tail. And she has 6 arms, each clasping in them large weapons of various different types. And they're seeing Kiv, who has just carved through multiple devils, charging forward towards this gigantic champion of Ares. So Kiv, go ahead and make your 3 attacks against this champion of Ares.
Yep.
Is she single? No, sorry, my bad.
She could be.
Like Shiva?
31 to hit.
That hits.
A oh shit, a 14 to hit.
Okay, that doesn't hit.
And a 30 to hit.
That hits. So 2 hits.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's 2d6 plus 6. So 13 plus a d8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 14 damage on that first one.
Okay.
2d6, 11 plus a d8. 13 damage on the second one.
Ronan, you see the security guards and the head of security.
I want to move
in. Okay.
I want to move in a little closer to the security guards.
Okay, good. So the echo is now next to the head of security, and these Kiv, you've moved into you're within range of the security guards. So Ronan, if you attack the security guards, you would have sneak attack, but not against the head of security.
I will attack the security guards.
Okay, go ahead.
I get 2 because of...
Yes, you get 2.
So first one is sneak attack, second one won't, or will they both get sneak attack?
So it's whatever the first attack that hits in a round gets sneak attack in this case, because you're attacking next to an ally.
Okay, we'll do the first one first.
Okay.
And then if I hit, they won't. Then.
Yeah.
23 to hit.
That hits. So this one will have sneak attack.
Yeah, so it's got 9 out of the gate, and then 23 damage on top of that.
Okay. That security guard collapses, and you see a devil kind of appear in its place.
All right. And the second one, I'm going to shoot, and I'm going to use a wallop arrow.
Okay. Let's
see if I hit first.
I just rolled a d6 instead of a d20. Good job, John.
19 to hit.
It's a 14, so 19 hits, but the walloping arrow, he succeeds.
Okay. And 8 damage.
Okay, 8 points of damage. All right. So as at the end of the turn, as we're kind of fading back in to the streaming setup, Danny, you have had the power ripped away of you from one of your spells. Chad is displeased. You also now know that that the top streamer you're fighting is this demon character that is also the head of security and the other vision. So
it's like a Cerberus, like a demon dog.
Yes.
I'm like, not a dog.
So you've got this this battle in front of you. The battle for, can Ronan right the wrong of a failed past? Can Danny defeat their greatest rival in the streaming landscape who stole their ideas to create their own stream? But we'll have to wait until next week to find out.
So fun. I love it.
This was a good one. This was a good little...
This is so funny.
I loved it. This is so wild.
I love it so much. Fighting in
Yeah.
the different things is so fun.
Well, I wanted it to be like not just a traditional battle because you're not in a traditional place.
Yeah,
Just changing back and forth was so weird. Like, I love it.
so off-putting. It's good.
Well, so it's when I rolled to figure out whose anchor would be here. Ronan and Danny's popped up. So that
Yay! Excellent. I kind of hoped it would be Danny. Because Danny's actually decent at fighting, so I was like, hell yeah, I actually built this character a little bit to fight.
fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all expected that he was a Pact of the Blade warlock, but he is.
Love Pact
He's
of
a
the
Pact
Blade.
of the
It was-
fucking Blade.
I was impressed when you pulled out the big like
My Final Fantasy sword, I've been saving it. I told Josh about it. I was like, do you want to hear about the secret thing? And I was like, he has a Final Fantasy
I love
sword.
it.
Your Maul Ninja blade.
No, it's like the Cloud sword.
It's
like
Cloud's
big.
Buster Sword. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a Buster sword. It's not like even a normal sword in any way. And Danny
Yeah.
just has it like one-handed and then like wields it two-handed, but he, like, it looks like it doesn't weigh anything. He's so
I'm
stupid.
sure that piqued Kiv's interest.
I know. He's so good. I
Danny
love
has a
him.
bigger sword than Kiv.
Sorry. It's a common occurrence.
Sword envy.
Sword envy, true. Bigger sword, bit of following. Sorry, baby. Them's the works.
Gotta learn to deal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
How mad do you think a god would be if I tried to get these people to worship me instead? I think they'd be quite
Probably
mad.
pretty pissed,
Yeah,
honestly.
I think they'd
Like,
be kind of
Probably.
upset.
But Danny needs to do something to appease chat, or they're
I
gonna-
know. Chat turned against me, y'all.
Can Danny
They-
survive another loss of a spell slot like that?
I would be okay because of the healing,
Hmm.
but I am only at 2/3 health. I'm not even in a good spot right
Yeah.
there. So
Oh no.
it would not be good, is what I'll say.
Nice.
Thankfully I'm not
Nice.
a warlock. I got the bard to balance it a little bit.
A little conflict is
Yeah.
nice.
But he's not
Especially
built.
over at Acheron.
But he's not built to heal, so it's not like Jury, where Jury was like, "I will survive." Danny's like, "Well, I better not go down."
Yeah. Well, hopefully Rob will be back next week and we'll be able to play Sarah G like a real cleric.
Yeah, she's excellent.
Yeah.
So fun. Nice.
All right.
yes,
Good time.
fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
This was a fun
Yes.
one.
Yeah. Thanks,
And
everybody.
then we missed Rob, but
Yeah.
Yes, for
think
sure, for
just-
sure.
We were robbed of our rob.
We were robbed of our
we were
Rob.
robbed. I was
Send him a
robbed.
little message.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good
Have a
night,
good one.
everybody.
All right, have a